Undiplomatic is an unscripted and unfiltered podcast hosted by Hyatt-Khan that will explore the intersection of business, politics and culture in Slovakia with a host of high-level guests across the spectrum telling their stories. Undiplomatic returns. It's been a while since I've recorded a podcast on Undiplomatic. Last was with His Majesty's Ambassador to Slovakia, Bilal Zaid, and I thought about doing a podcast with potentially the most undiplomatic person I know. And in fact, more undiplomatic than me is you. And who are you? Maybe you introduce yourself. And who are you to me?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Well, my name is Eva, and I managed to marry you a few years back.
You managed?
Yeah, I managed. Actually, no. I'm your wife. To all the listeners. We got married
15
years ago, and we've been together for 17 years.
Actually, I have to correct you. We will be married 16 years this year, we've been together 17 years. So your maths isn't great.
No, it's not. But you know what? I spoke to my friend today morning.
You have a friend?
I do. Only one. And I've told her that I'm not really sure how old I am. So that pretty much includes the math problem.
So you criticize your children for not knowing anything, and yet you're a little bit clueless yourself. Anyway.
I'm 23 forever.
Okay, you're 23 forever. But anyway, the reason why I want to bring you on my podcast is because I've seen a lot of content out there, and there's a lot of husbands and wives doing podcasts. And, you know, this is a bit of an experiment because we argue quite a lot at home, and I thought maybe that could make for some interesting viewing. But you know, you're not just my wife. You actually do stuff as well. You're not just a mother to my idiot children, but you are also a human that works out there. What do you do?
I actually work for insurance company, which I never thought I'd ever be working because I studied at the University of Maciej Bell in Banska Bystrica, International Relations.
And how many of my former podcast guests went there? Let's count them.
I have no idea. I don't listen to your podcast very much.
You hear that? So you hear that? She doesn't even listen to my content.
Sometimes.
So you don't know that Jarko was on here. So
well, the podcast with Jaronad I listened to because he's my schoolmate. Robert is boring for me.
I mean, he's given me an endorsement on my website. That's going to get removed now.
That's you.
Okay.
I remember him as a schoolmate, so it wasn't that exciting.
Okay. Martin Kloos was also there.
Yes, but he was older. I don't have much.
I think younger.
Younger? I don't know. He wasn't in my year, so.
So probably no more guests coming from Maciej Bell, and my invitation to Globesec is probably going to get rescinded as well. So you studied at the University of Maciej Bell, but unusually for a Slovak, you've lived abroad.
Yes, I actually got scholarship to South Korea. So I was abroad for around a year and a half there. And then from then onwards, I had internship in Slovak Embassy in Beijing. And then accidentally, somehow through IBM, I was sent to South Africa, to Joburg, where I met my, that time, boyfriend.
It's a family show.
Yes. And he introduced me to a company in Barcelona, and I just started to work for them. And that meant for me traveling all around the world and live, different places for certain times.
So you told me some stories about your time in the embassy, both South Korea, here in Slovakia, and Slovak embassy in Beijing, where you were treated very badly.
I wasn't treated badly. Slovak embassy in Beijing, I had the person responsible for me was just wonderful.
Yeah, he
was excellent. I can't say one bad word about him. My experience in Beijing was lovely. South Korea, ambassador was a gentleman who sometimes was very specific.
I thought you said he was touchy-feely.
Yes, I'm trying to be polite.
So you reserve your politeness. What now the cat bit your tongue?
Okay, if I can be open, yes, he was a bit touchy-feely.
Yeah.
But if you would go according to the current rules, I would definitely would say that whatever he was doing, like grabbing bam or giving me kisses on the cheeks, that was definitely inappropriate from the position of ambassador to a student, which is there on a scholarship that time. So.
Okay, so a lot of my Instagram followers get a sneak peek into our home life from time to time, and some are curious how we met and where we met, and We don't need the origin story in its entirety, but a bit of background. You're from Košice.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're that extra layer of crazy when it comes to Slovak girls and Slavic girls. So you admit Slovak girls are crazy?
No, just I would say Eastern Slovak people are a little bit more relaxed.
Relaxed?
Yes.
Okay, one word I've never associated with you as being relaxed. Okay, so in fact, I remember the first time I went to Košice to visit your family, I think it was back in 2008, your mum was very proud that Carrefour had arrived. All I could hear was that Carrefour had arrived. So that was big news for Slovakia at the time.
It's not about big news for Slovakia. It's about Košice being basically buttfuck nowhere to the rest of the country, not to mention Michalovce and Humenne. You know, everybody, for some reason, people think that everything is Western Slovakia, Bratislava centric, you know, and they complain about Eastern Slovakians coming to Bratislava. But what you are supposed to do in there?
Nothing.
Nothing is happening. As Fico said, there is nothing. And funny enough that he said it so openly, he should be actually ashamed by saying it because he is responsible that there is nothing.
Okay. We'll come back to your opinions on your nation floundering in your mind a little bit later, because we know you've got very strong opinions about that, like you have strong opinions about everything. So yes,
I'm from Košice.
Yes, my first foray to Košice was unusual. If Carrefour was a declaration of independence,
we still don't have IKEA. Can you imagine that?
I can imagine that.
Even though it's supposed to be coming for years and years
pending.
And years now.
Like the motorway.
It's pending. Yeah, and the highway. Yeah. Let's not open that issue.
Yeah, let's not travel down that road, the one that doesn't exist. So fast forward to your time in Barcelona, or rewind to your time in Barcelona. We met where?
We met actually not in Barcelona.
No, we didn't.
We met in Dubai in your friend's apartment in Al Ghazal building. And I was dressed like an Arabic lady because it was a costume party, which is very typical for British people.
Yeah, we like to dress up.
Yes. So, and that time I lived in Ras Al Khaimah, and my colleague took me to a party where you were. So I think you invited us for that party.
I did not.
No?
It was the Naya.
Naya
invited Andre, and we met there, and you came up to me and you said, "Hello, my name is Eva." And we work in the same company, and I said, "Congratulations." And it wasn't sparks flying, was it? It wasn't sparks flying.
Well, that time you had some other ginger interest.
Yeah, I'm an equal opportunities lover. What can I say?
I can say that.
But yes, so I had another love interest at the time, as did you. So it wasn't sparks flying at that time, but we met in Dubai, and then fast forward a little bit of online flirtation, and then I visit you where?
In Maldives. You came to see me in Maldives. I moved from Ras Al Khaimah to Maldives. I lived in Male at that time. And you know what? You should definitely mention that, because we give a lot of shit to kids being online, you know, and speaking to people online. But we actually met. We actually fostered relationship through a Facebook and a Hotmail chat or whatever was that.
Let me be very clear. I've never had any problems with women. So online communication was just an extension of an artillery I'd already built up over a substantial, successful period with the ladies, put it that way.
Yes, okay.
So yes, this was just an extension. I'm not one of those guys that dates people online. That's
pervert.
Not a pervert. Well, I might be, but not an online pervert, that's for sure. We fostered a kind of flirtatious relationship online.
Tell them the truth.
What?
Why did you start speaking to me online?
Well, I saw a picture of you in a bikini, and it was rather appealing. And, you know, I'm a red-blooded male, and I thought, let's dabble in the Slavic world. I had been dating a Czech girl at that time.
Oh, yes. And she turned out to be bi.
Well, that wasn't a reason to get rid of her. I mean, this is going the wrong way. But I can say I've done
She left you for a girl, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. And I can say that I've done the velvet divorce successfully, and maybe have a Slavic divorce soon after this podcast, depending on how it goes. The Kardashians, as we're affectionately known at home. So we met in the Maldives, and then suddenly I decide it's a good idea to bring you to Dubai. And let's try and make.
No, we had the Prague Sausage Fest first.
Oh yes, so maybe our audience don't know that I call you Sausage. Now,
nickname,
so your nickname is Sausage, which is not a terribly flattering nickname, is it?
But you have to explain in context that the Brits genuinely give affectionate names based on
Food types.
food.
Yeah.
So we don't do that very much, I'm not going to
From
call you
pit.
chuchurietka,
Yeah. I'm your little blueberry. Yeah.
Yes. So, but you do, guys. So it has a different context.
I would be your baklajan.
Yes, definitely.
So you keep your head out the gutter. You have a very strange mindset. So we're in Prague. And
Me? This is all your fault. That's your mindset. It's just like during those 17 years, I kind of took over. And
yeah, look, to be honest, if you don't find double entendre entertaining, I might have to translate that for you. Double entendre means a double meaning, just so you know, in French, en français.
Are you being a dick again?
I'm always a dick. So we're in Prague, and you decide to take me where? In Prague on our first foray into international.
I don't remember, but I know we walked around the city a lot, and every time there was a sausage stand, which by the way in Prague was everywhere, I mentioned, hey, there is a sausage, let's have a sausage.
So your nickname was born. I said, do you work for the Sausage Foundation, which also might have a sausage organization, which also might have a double entendre as well.
Which by the way, there should be definitely lobby,
A sausage lobby?
Yeah, within the European Union.
I think they probably have that on Pornhub.
Especially now when the processed meat is frowned upon.
Or what should be frowned upon. Processed meat is processed meat.
Yeah, but sausage tastes good.
Okay. I'm not here to argue the merits of sausage. And then your nickname was born.
Mm-hmm.
So then I decided to, I don't know why, in my mind, I decided, let's bring this girl to Dubai.
Yes, you did.
And it was a challenge moving to Dubai. I mean, a lot of people don't know this about me, is that I come from a very big family.
Yes.
A complicated family, a multiracial family. We've got mad Pakistani family, mad British family. I've got family everywhere.
Some Spaniards, which are even crazier.
We've got some Spanish family in there. How was it moving to Dubai and then embedding yourself into my family?
Moving to Dubai was actually quite easy, but living in Dubai, it wasn't that easy at the beginning.
Yeah.
I admit that when I moved there, I kind of linked to you more, and I didn't have my friends. It took me a while until I built up my own community, which I think in every relationship, especially when somebody moves because of somebody, you should definitely find your own way, separate from the boyfriend or girlfriend. So that took me a while, and in addition, my dad died while I was there. So it was a very, very complicated time, and it wasn't that easy finding work and finding friends. But eventually, when we almost broke up, I think I was okay to pack my stuff and leave.
17 years ago, I could have dodged a big Slovak bullet. And fast forward 17 years, and I'm here in Central Europe. And I find myself living and in your culture, in your world. So first of all, you had to move into my world. Well, Dubai's not really my world, even though I have family there. I'm from London, but Dubai's was definitely my playground at that time.
Yes.
And it was interesting. You worked for cool people in Dubai. You worked for Time Out. You were in media sales. You earned really good money.
Yes.
You had a lot of independence.
Yes. And it was great because all of that I got because of me, not because of you. Unfortunately, your connection and your friends weren't much help.
She doesn't remember. I got her interview at ITP. I got you an interview with Nicholas Publishing as well.
Nicholas Publishing, you didn't get me an interview.
Yeah, through Chris Shaw.
No,
I did.
yes, no. He said I should get in touch. I got in touch and I got the interview
and
on
the
my
ITP
own.
for sure.
No.
Okay, she's going to take that one. We could argue at home. You think that's all you?
No, it was all me.
But the talent is all you. But
actually, I even remember that you said many times, "Oh, I have a vast network of people, based on your boarding school, based on your university, which live here. We Brits stick together." The Brits were zero helpful. They had a lot of chat and this and the other.
Donald Trump agrees with you right now.
Yes, you guys all dwelt in your boarding school experience, but if you were supposed to go out on a limb
we all
for
showered
somebody,
together.
It wasn't happening. I got help a lot, and you have to admit that from Lebanese guys or from Lauren.
Sleazy Lebanese.
Yes, she was British, but she wasn't your stuck-up British. She was just a regular girl, you know? You stuck-up British, your stuck-up British friends completely failed full on.
Okay, so at least you don't harbor any grudges about that.
I don't actually, because as you told me millions of times, don't expect anything.
Yeah. Expect the least and be impressed with the most. That's my motto. And then, we have children, and they're a pain in my. Your children are a real pain in my ass.
Yes, they are.
Very expensive girls.
Yes, they are.
And they're fairly talented. But we decided after I'd lived in Dubai for over a decade, but we were there for, I think you were there all in all for about 5 years.
Longer, no?
We decided to move here. Why? Whose choice was it? Let them know the truth. Whose choice was it to move to Slovakia?
It was your choice. It wasn't mine. I didn't want to come back.
Why didn't you want to come back to Slovakia?
I didn't want to. I don't think I'm inherently Slovak.
Really? You do nothing but show me Slovak news all day. You
Right now.
You listen to Pharaoh
yes.
Joke.
I love him. I love him.
He's not funny at all.
He's lovely.
Anyone can put it. Look, even Lubosh likes Pharaoh Joke. I then put a wig on and some makeup and wear a dress, and you think I'll funny. And yet, a silly voice like that.
He is funny.
Okay.
He is funny because he reflects the current situation,
Okay.
through a different type of style of humor. So you don't understand him, which is, by the way, shame on you living here for so long, not learning any bit of a Slovak to understand something like that.
Shame on me to learn a language that only 5 million people speak.
That's okay, but your children do.
Yeah, but I speak a language that 1 billion people speak. Actually, let's add Spanish, French, and Italian onto that. I can speak a language that pretty much most of the world can speak.
Like Pharaoh Joke.
Okay, so it comes down to Pharaoh Joke. All right.
Yes.
So you didn't want to move to Slovakia, and yet you find yourself here. Very Slovak, by the way. You're so Slovak. All you talk about is the problems with Slovakia.
Currently, because I follow the situation, and I wouldn't say it bothers me, but I mean, I can. Let's not open this topic because I am not going to be very.
Yeah, but you're so. I think you have a disease in Slovakia where you are very focused on your own selves, and that chews you guys up. It's a cancer almost.
What do you mean on ourselves?
Yeah, you don't focus outside.
What do you want me to focus on outside?
When we argue,
the most important thing is, as you said, it's a family unit. It's our family, our 2 children, and our bloody 3 geriatric dogs, which we take care of.
Yeah.
But all of that is influenced by the situation which is happening in Slovakia by let's just say government or whatever they call themselves, because right now they're doing shit all. They're just embarrassing us left, right, and center. And then you have the world which is happening, which is, by the way, also going shit down. So. Of course you are focusing because all of that is influencing.
I told you very early, if what happens I pay my taxes here, you pay your taxes here.
Yeah, higher since January.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I think you're definitely not happy about that. I'm not happy about that either.
Yeah, I am not, because the service provided for the higher taxes is where? This is a business transaction.
Roads.
You take certain
Hospitals.
money. Yes, you take certain money from a salary, but you're supposed to get service back for that money. What service am I getting back from that money?
You tell me.
Everybody, This is the thing that Slovak people don't really realize, that the taxes are there for the state to become better or provide you with the better services. And it is not happening.
Can we find anywhere?
It is like they don't understand that we elected people who are in the parliament. And for some reason, the people in the parliament have no respect towards the people, towards us, the commoners, which actually gave them
Speak
that
for
job.
yourself. Nothing common about me. Thank you very much.
This is what we don't understand. This is why Slovaks, I really don't understand that Slovaks we pay their salary.
Yeah.
They are responsible to us for the work they do.
Civil servants.
Yes, they are civil servants.
Do they behave like servants?
I don't think so. I don't think they really care. They only start caring when there is an election year. Suddenly we are caring about the people. No, you don't really care. The nepotism and the way how Slovak society, when it comes to government, behaves is ridiculous, and I don't really understand, and some people don't see it.
I don't know anywhere. I mean, listen.
It's a transactional thing. I give you taxes, I give you this, you give me back something.
I've always told you, and it was the same in Dubai, and it's the same I left the UK because I didn't want to pay His Majesty's Revenue and Custom. It was Her Majesty Revenue and Custom, whatever it was, 40% in tax, because I didn't believe that they merited 40% of my income. Similarly, when I left Dubai, it was for reasons that I didn't believe it was an environment conducive for girls to grow up in. Now it's changed dramatically, even in those 12 years, or however many years it's been since I've lived there. They're a lot more open, a lot more incentivized and conducive environment for families to live and stay there, and golden visas and family settlements and school stuff. But you see now with the problems that are going on in Iran, that it's not easy to live in these places as well. So we can criticize Slovakia till we're blue in the face. And
it's not about...
I'm just saying that the rest of the world is still tits up. Would you want to be in America?
But I said the same. Again, you like to argue with me because for some reason you want an argument. But I said the same.
I never want an argument. It's in your DNA.
I said the same. Our government is tits up, not to mention what is happening in the world.
Yeah.
We are going direction which I don't think we should be going. But let's just, I don't want to discuss about all of this because I think everybody around us fully understands and watches the news, then it's not a bloody surprise, is it?
But go with the flow has always been my motto, is that if things really impact the home, then it's time to move away.
But it does impact the home.
Yeah,
no?
It does.
People are less friendly, they're more grumpy. You're paying more for everything, every single thing. You just complain that the school raised the fees.
Yes, those bastards.
But are you surprised? I'm not. I mean, everything is going up. So whatever their expenses are going to go up too. So it is reflecting, whatever is happening, it is reflecting. And whoever thinks somewhere in Svodin or Svidnik that it's not affecting them, they're not. I think they live in Kukuland.
My kitchen came from Svodin.
By the way, excellent.
So look, there's an election coming next year, and you'll get very animated as you do every year, every election cycle.
But I do always think I'm one of those people who decides to the last minute. I'm not always convinced.
I don't even know if Luboš is convinced about what's going to happen next year. I think this is a wider symptom of problems in Europe generally. Now we see with oil and gas and stocks plummeting and fluctuating that there's a lot of uncertainty globally. Let's be honest, though, and I said it to you I think I said it to you yesterday. It may not be the most dynamic place to live, but it's fairly comfortable.
Yes, I agree with you. I understand all the reasons why you wanted to move here. Very honestly, the money would last longer, the safety of the environment, even though Bratislava has its own neighborhoods or places where, like we would not send the children. I mean, being on a SMP námestí in Bratislava in front of the Tesco, that is I would avoid it as a plague because...
Yeah, but it's not Brixton in the 90s.
I know, but
it's not Hackney.
But it's a city center.
Yeah.
It's a bloody city center. And my 15-year-old tells me, I don't want to really go there. I feel really uncomfortable, So, and it's a city center. This is supposed to be the, how do you say it, výkladná skriň,
no idea.
The shop window of Bratislava,
Les vitrines in French.
Yeah.
Say les vitrines.
Les vitrines.
Okay, don't say that again.
Okay. So
I see you wear makeup today.
It's not a makeup. It's just a mascara and a bit of a cheeks.
Yeah. How do you respond to some of my viewers saying that they're surprised that I could have married someone hotter? What do you think? Oh, look there, she's pausing. Even Luboš is he's scrunching his cheeks over there. Luboš doesn't know where to look.
I'm gonna say, I'm thinking about this. I am thinking, as Germans say. I am thinking about
You're thinking
answer.
that. I hope it's not hurting.
Very much.
Okay.
What would I say? You know what? I don't really care. I've told you that millions of times. I don't really care.
So you think I'm hotter, right?
We had the conversation about that millions of times. I do agree with you. Last time you had a poll who wore it better and it was me who won and you even couldn't take that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not true. It was a better picture and all that
That's
crap.
because your family voted for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So my network is better than yours then.
Okay.
To activate.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't really care. This is a bad question for me to ask because you know very well that I don't really care what other people think about me and how do I look. For me, the most important is how I feel about myself.
Oh, wow. So empowered. You're such an empowered lady.
It's not about empowerment. Come on, everybody in the world went through some shit which kind of molded them into the human being they
You
are
work
now,
in insurance as well. I mean, literally the world's most boring job. I mean, you tell me...
Yes. It is. I never thought in my life I'm going to end up in a...
Well, you're very good
company.
at your job, so I think you should be proud. You've been there 7 years.
And I hate numbers.
You've been there 7 years or 8 years or whatever. This is your 8th year with Allianz. And it's, you explain stuff to me on the... Is your daughter...
It's my child.
You want to answer? You can answer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
It's my child.
Áno, Lily? Nepozerala by som sa, lebo teraz som busy. Mala si tam...
We're on a fucking podcast, bro.
Yes, I'm recording a podcast. Mala si tam 10 €, porozmýšľaj, koľko si minula a budeš vedieť.
My daughter's asking for money.
Now listen, I am at the podcast. We will discuss this a little bit later.
Shak ciao.
Yes, and she hung up on me. That's a very...
Teenagers. I wonder where she gets that attitude from.
I hang up on you a lot, yes.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Why? There's absolutely nothing unlikable.
Sometimes, like every single man, you behave like a moron.
And how's that?
What do you mean, how is that?
You tell me a lot of things every day and I never remember any of them because none of them...
Precisely.
Yeah, because all men do that. I'm sure Lubosh's girlfriend, fiance, wife tells him stuff and it just goes in one ear and out the other.
No, he remembers, right, Lubosh?
He's saying that because, yeah.
You don't remember. You asked me 500 times, when is Sashi finishing with her practice? Dude, I mean, it has been same hour for a whole school year.
Okay, why is my daughter asking for money?
Because she doesn't want to ask you.
Why is that?
Because you're not going to give it to her. Because you rely that I do everything.
No. Why don't? Why don't?
What do you do?
Why don't?
What do you do?
What do you
do?
What do you mean?
What do you do when it comes to my kids?
I'm raising two independent women.
When?
I'm teaching them invaluable lessons.
Yeah, I wonder where they're going to find out how it is to be an independent woman.
And yes, ironic that I'm teaching them how to be independent women when there is a perfectly semi-independent woman.
That's why they always come to me. Huh?
And I'll tell you why, because I refuse to do things for them. I want them to learn how to do things on their own. You're going to send your child money now for sushi.
I'm doing a podcast.
Yeah, she's going to get a poke bowl or whatever. She tells me she has a poke bowl every day. Little Kardashian.
No, hold on. She has a McDonald's
lettuce wrap.
I didn't even know the McDonald's does lettuce wrap.
Well, they know her by name there. So
how do you do that? You just
you've seen it before. You take
but
a burger.
McDonald's doesn't have any menu. So what you actually? It's like in these memes that you get a pate, whatever you say it in English, patty, one lettuce on one side, another, and pickle. That's it.
Yeah, lots of burger joints do that.
McDonald's doesn't.
She can just ask them. Anyway, this is ridiculous. I'm trying to teach her the value of money, and that she shouldn't just expect her to receive money all the time. And you just send it to her. That's why she's asking you, not me.
Yes.
And you'll send it to her
because that's two different philosophies.
She eats better than I do.
But whose fault is that?
No, she goes to a restaurant. She orders from.
And where is she supposed to eat when the school doesn't have a canteen?
It's just she should.
Do you want to cook every morning and pack her lunch? Because be my guest.
No, I'm good.
There you go. So shut up.
Okay, feel free to send her the money.
Thank you.
With a heart emoji.
Thank you. And we can definitely from next week onwards. You can plan the menu, wake up in the morning, cook it, and wrap it up for her.
I cook for your other kid. I make her breakfast. Yeah.
Oats.
Protein oats. Very good.
Oats.
Developing a champion there.
Yeah. Okay.
And so tell them, how am I as a father? Oh, look, she's pausing there.
I am again thinking.
Why? You're doing a lot of thinking today. I think I'm a pretty damn good father.
I'll get grey by that.
We're already going grey. I think maybe we dye their hair, doing the makeup as well today. There's big developments in our house. How am I as a father then?
You are a good father.
Good.
You could be a little bit more hands-on father, but...
Aren't I a hands-on husband?
Yes, very much.
Yeah.
But no, as a father, you are a good father. You spend time with the kids. You care about the kids. But wait, I'm going to do a Slovak thing. You don't drink. You don't beat me. You don't beat the children.
I'm very tempted. Quite a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, all of you. I mean, living with 3 Slovak women is really hard work. You are all batshit crazy.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be Slovak. They're going through teenage years now. They're going to be batshit crazy anyway, regardless they're Czech or Slovak.
Yeah. Well, so you're saying all women are crazy?
A little bit, yeah, of course.
I take a little bit of offense with I'm a good father. I think even your mother, who absolutely hates me, says I'm a great father.
I'm not really sure. I never heard her utter words like that.
Oh, she's never uttered "you're a great mother" either. For that, just to make that clear as well.
Yes, for her defense, she's very hardcore older lady from Eastern Slovakia. You know, everything is wrong, everything is negative. So, but I still love her very much. She's a wonderful, wonderful human being. It's just that, you know, the hardship years imprinted, the wild west in 90s imprinted. You know, some people. Oh, you probably all know from your own experience.
Wonderful woman is where we'll leave it at that.
She's great. She's great. But everybody has its faults. So.
And you think now that the wild west might be around the corner as well. might return to those days. Who knows? So apparently Slovakia wants to leave the European Union. That would be a smart move, really smart
you
move.
have the experience of knowing people who carry guns around like Wild Wild West.
And I also have experience of my country leaving the European Union. And I can tell you that...
Are you bridging to it if you don't want to talk about the guns?
Well, there are lots of people walk around with guns.
But it shouldn't be normal, is it?
I know, it's a bit weird. You're gun-loving people, that people walking...
It's like, I'm not in Texas.
Actually, I can say that one of the gyms that I attend, I saw in someone's locker a handgun, and I thought, well, I'm not going to argue with him about who's going to bench press first, or hopefully he doesn't take that loaded weapon into the shower.
Not to mention that experience from a certain gym from years ago when you guys put up a fight because of a machine who is going to bench press when. And by the way, the gentleman was quite aggressive when it comes to me also. That's another part of Slovakia which is not great, the chauvinistic approach to women.
Macho.
Macho men. Seriously?
And just for the record, I benched a lot more. Just to be very clear. So this chauvinism, it's a bit weird, this old school mentality to women.
It is.
You know, this come home and have a cooked meal ready for you and a woman gives a beer, old school style. There's a certain charm to that.
I don't think it's very charming.
Why? I'd like something like that.
No, I don't think it's very charming. I can't really say because I came from a family where this was a setup, right? But I have to say I'm very grateful to my mom and to my dad because they brought up a very independent girl which is capable to stand her own and fight for my
you're very combative.
Position. Yes, I am very combative, and I don't like when things are taken for granted. You know, that's true. That's why we fight a lot, because you take a lot of things for granted.
Like?
Oh, I'm so scared to ask you what's going to be for dinner tonight. Oh, yeah. But you do expect that the dinner is going to be there.
Okay. Let's not go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You know, flirting.
Oh, yeah, I need to go to the gym during the weekend.
Okay.
We can talk about a lot of things.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We
are all right.
There are lots of things that a woman takes for granted.
Oh, yes, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
I take for granted that 100% of your salary.
Well, I wish it was 100%, but as we've discussed,
I wish that too.
We've discussed that the taxes aren't conducive to those environments.
Then I'll give you a pocket money.
And then I'm not creative enough to find ways around the system yet. I'm a good boy. I pay my taxes on time. So one of the questions I wanted to ask, and people don't really appreciate this. One of the challenges was for me moving, and I don't think lots of people understand that it's not easy for a foreigner to come and live in Slovakia. Number one, generally, it's not a very hospitable place when you first come here. When you get to know people, when you find your groove, when you find your niche, when you find your friends, when you find your business, when you find your environment. I'm very fortunate with what I built with the Council of Slovak Exporters and now with my social media platform that I've got to travel around the country and I've got to get to know people and I have friends everywhere. In fact, I'm far more connected in Slovakia than you could ever be. And it's for that reason, I'm quite proud of what I've achieved.
Yeah, you should be. You do a great job for this country.
Yes, no knighthood, unfortunately, is forthcoming. I could get a medal if.
No, you're doing it. You're doing an excellent job. And I know I don't tell you very often, so I'm telling it publicly.
Thank you.
Both cameras.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's very rare to get a compliment from a Slavic girl. With that Russian girl on Instagram, she's brilliant. I think her name's Ksenia, and she's like, this is a compliment from a Slavic girl. That's it. Yeah.
The look.
And that's also a be afraid look as well. So I know I've done incredible things here because I have undimming faith in my abilities to be extraordinary. And
also you can promote anything at any point, anywhere, which is a great
tool. Asset.
Vlastnosť.
Vlastnosť?
Vlastnosť.
Neviem.
Don't know how to translate
What's
that.
vlastnosť, Luboš? Fucking hell. Two scholars in here.
Not me.
No Google Translate.
I'm blonde.
Grey.
And starting to be grey.
But I don't really want to talk about myself, even though it's my favorite topic. What I wanted to ask before we wrap up this entertaining conversation, and let us know followers that if we should do this more regularly, if you want an in-depth look into the Kardashians or Hyatt season 26, as we like to call our family WhatsApp group, and don't pretend you don't have a family WhatsApp group. We all have a family WhatsApp group, and it's just full of 100% crazy. My daughter says, bro, send me money for sushi. My other daughter sends her grades, and then there's videos of them dancing, competing. We're very fortunate that they both excelled at sports and in competitions. We're very lucky in that respect. I don't know where they get that work ethic from. Me-ish. Certainly not the athleticism. I don't know. What are you going to say? You're athletic? Now your back hurts.
You can't dance.
I'm sorry, I can't dance, but you can't walk up the stairs without saying your back hurts.
Yes, because I'm certain age now.
Yeah.
And by the way, the
dance.
flexibility is definitely after me.
Well, I wish I could see more evidence of that in the latest year.
Go even there. No, go even there.
Yeah. But I was a long way around that. So yeah, if you think, viewers, that this is a podcast that we could make a more regular thing, keeping up with the Kardashians or Hyatt season.
Kardashians.
Yes.
Kardashians.
Yes, what I said. That's a pun. Let me explain to you what a pun is. It's when you take two things and you abridge it together and you make a joke from
you're
some...
just like your father. Stop it.
Okay, let's not bring my dad into this. So...
Sure, we can.
And let's not. Well, we could bring... Actually, one of the last questions I had before we wrap up, keeping up with the Kardashians or Hyatt season 26, as I like to call it. Hi, yes, that's a funny story. Why is your name Muchova and not Hyatt? Tell them.
Because we got married in Slovakia.
Where first did we get married?
We got married in Bali.
Fancy,
yes.
Where did we have our wedding celebration in Bali? She doesn't remember. She doesn't even remember this.
Bulgari hotel. We went for a dinner in a Bulgari hotel. We were wet by a very
strange man,
flamboyant gentleman.
Yeah.
But he was excellent.
He said, "You guys look like Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt."
Yes, that was very peculiar. Yeah. But we got also married in Slovakia because of Brexit.
Mm-hmm. And where? In Košice-Juh.
In Košice-Juh, yes, where the ceremony was, the hall in Košice-Juh it's very, very pretty.
Actually, the ceremony is really cool.
Yeah, the lady which was...
she was very buxom. She didn't look like she was...
She had a wonderful dress and with a really wonderful cleavage.
Yeah,
but she was also very pretty.
She wasn't going to drown.
She was also very pretty. We had a gentleman on a piano singing Hallelujah. Hallelujah, was
it? And he looked like he was about to die. He was about 80 years old and he was wearing a tuxedo that was obviously the same tuxedo he'd worn all his life. 80 years old, and he was falling asleep at the piano playing Hallelujah.
He played it well, though.
Yeah.
He played it well.
He played it like it might have been his last time.
Anyway, but then we went to Matrika, of course, where I wanted to change my name. And the lady at Matrika basically said it's not possible. Then we found a way that we can maybe change it, but I have to change my nationality at the time.
To Hungarian?
And I would not change it to Hungarian over my dead body. I would definitely choose Zimbabwean or some kind of crap like that. But...
Please, to my Zimbabwean audience, there's nothing crap about Zimbabwe.
Thank you nothing. Nothing. Yeah. Nothing. I like Africa. Yeah. But and then we had a conversation. We went to Matrika 2 or 3 times where we tried to see if we can make an exception, this and then the other. And unfortunately, her closing argument was that my €400 salary is not worth it to be bullied by the mayor's office. Which was, I remember it until now because I never thought enough. I never thought that Matrika ladies report the name changes, or they used to report the name changes and abbreviation to a mayor's office. That there is actually a department. I know there is a Slovak language law, and I understand it has to be followed at that time. Yeah. But reporting something like that, oh my God, let people live. If I want to be called Lenka, Mrkvička, whatever, you know.
Muchova, you're already a fly.
Yes, my surname is, imagine what I had to go through when I was a kid, you know.
Like a fly on shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
And funny thing is that just so that my audience know that my mum's surname is Hyatt and my daughter's surname's Hyatt. My surname is Hyatt-Khan, and the girls cannot have Khan because they are not masculine. And Khan, I'm chief of tribe. I'm from a very prestigious, illustrious old family that somehow managed to find myself in Slovakia. Mm-hmm. And the lady kept on saying Hayatova Kanova, Hayatova Kanova.
Yes, we would have to add Ova to both of the surnames, which, as my husband explained, Khan is only for a dude. For a man.
And we had the girls' birth certificates, and we explained that you can't have.
But no, it wasn't in line with the Slovak with the law about Slovak language. So eventually, I left and I kept my name, and I'm
It would have
okay
been a pain
with
in
it.
the ass, to be honest, to change your to change the birth certificate, to change the passport.
But I like it. I like Eva Hyatt sounded really well. I didn't mind it. It was a good combo. But no, I am not a part of the club.
Not part
and
of the
now
club.
I don't really want to change this because I have to do all the, like passports, IDs,
Driving
deeds,
license.
and God knows what, everything, bills. It's not worth the hassle. There could be a company in Slovakia, by the way. Maybe it's an idea for a business that somebody does it for you. When you get married, you just bring them something and they'll
Maybe
change
there
it
is.
everywhere.
Maybe
wherever
there
your
is.
name is mentioned.
Okay, so to wrap up this wonderful conversation, which maybe we will do again in the future, we'll try and find perhaps a more romantic venue for our ongoing discussions. I want to understand, and people don't give you enough credit. People definitely don't give me enough credit for what I do in Slovakia, but people don't give you perhaps enough credit for what it's like to. Let's be honest, Slovakia is a pretty traditional conservative environment. You come from a pretty traditional conservative mindset home. Your parents traveled, yes, a lot, but they're still prior to your father's passing, very, very traditional. Marrying into a foreign family was definitely not what they had hoped or wanted for you. What is it like what is it like having married into a complete cultural anomaly to you?
I couldn't imagine different. I will be very honest. When I was a teenager, I knew from then onwards that my life is not going to be the
normal one.
The normal one. I'm not saying that it's normal. It is pretty normal. I have a husband. I have 2 kids. I have 3 dogs. I have a house. I have to cut the grass. Mow the lawn over the weekend because I have to do it because this one tried it once and unfortunately he killed electricity in a whole street.
Yeah.
Whole street.
I'm the creative one. You're the manual one.
So I have to do that. But it is, in one way, it's normal. But yes, in another way, it is abnormal because we are 2 different cultures. Your family is literally something which doesn't work like that. But that doesn't mean Slovak family is not tight. There is a lot of people who have families really tight and they
no, I
meet
didn't
up
mean that.
and everything.
I think the family values in Slovakia are fantastic. I see it that people rush home to spend time with their families. A very family-oriented mindset here. I'm very impressed by that. I
actually think our marriage works very well because even though I am hardcore, as you say, I am hardcore and I like to argue and I stand up for my opinion, I am also very understanding. I don't think really? I married you, man, for like 17 years now we are together.
Yeah,
I have to be
jackpot.
I have to be understanding.
You got the Rolls Royce. I mean, if you were to divorce me...
I want that Rolls Royce there on the parking lot.
It's so Slavic.
Yeah, precisely.
Everything's about money and transactions. You married the Rolls Royce. Anything...
Life is wonderful, but it's even more wonderful when you have the money.
Okay, so you're so Slavic. But I honestly choose that if you were ever to divorce me, whatever would happen next is like a downgrade. Even if you married a man who was wealthier, and I'm struggling to think better looking. I don't see that.
I think we can definitely find.
Yeah, but you're not peak years now. You're advancing in your years.
I am. I'm getting grey.
Yeah, so your window of opportunity is like above, whereas my window of opportunity is below as well. So if we were to ever part ways, I've got a whole Instagram nation of girls in their 20s who
Once they found out what you have in the bank account, it's not going to go far.
How dare you? How dare you? And on that note, keeping up with the Kardashians comes to a conclusion. Thank you to my long-suffering wife, Eva.
I never said I'm suffering.
No, but... Okay, well, I am. Sausage, thank you very much for coming on Undiplomatic. And you've been very diplomatic. I was expecting you to say a lot more controversial stuff and swear more.
You told me not to swear as much.
Well, I mean, swearing's okay at the right time. Oh, yeah, that's one last thing.
Yeah.
Why do you feel it's acceptable to swear in English and not in Slovak?
I don't know. It comes easier to me.
Yeah, but you know, when your kids swear in Slovak, you get so angry at them and you effing blind in English and you violate my language every day.
But you do too.
Okay, but I don't have any issues with people swearing. You do.
I have an issue with people swearing. I have an issue with my children swearing because I've told you millions of times it is different. As an adult, you can assess the situation if that person is going to be okay with you swearing or not.
So
as a child,
you're more important on this planet than your children.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't buy that shit.
Are you more important on this planet than your children?
No.
Oh, don't lie just because you are on a podcast.
No.
You said it millions of times.
No. I'm more important generally than everyone. That's the different issue. But I'm saying that they have every right to be on this earth. They have every right to use the language that they choose.
I don't want a 12 or 14-year-old to swear. It doesn't look good.
Why? Because convention and society tells you that? Or because you feel that there's a linguistic need to be more lucid in
Actually,
your...
my kids, especially the older one, needs a linguistic need to improve whatever she's saying in English or in Slovak. So she could skip the swearing and actually bury her head into some vocabulary in a book.
Language has evolved now. We're a lot more informal in society, but my issue is not that. I don't think there's anything wrong with swearing, but you have to be aware of the consequences that happen as a result of the words that you use. And that's for everyday scenarios. But my issue is that you have absolutely you're carte blanche where we're outside the English school, F this, C-bomb this, shit this, da-da-da-da, in front of people who all speak English, but you would never say nadalki in Slovak around anyone. Why? You feel more comfortable to violate my language?
Yes.
Why? That's a double standard. You're a hypocrite.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Everybody is a hypocrite.
So you see,
every single person, and even though if you're listening to us and you think you're not, definitely there is some kind of thing or an angle you are, you know.
Okay, what a wonderful face that you leave our viewers.
But it is true. It is definitely true. Yeah. People are so judgmental and such an assholes. There you go. You want the swearing. Such an assholes when it comes to judging other people and other activities or other families or whatever, you know. But somehow they never reflect that they can behave exactly the same. What do you have it in English? The people with the glass houses shouldn't throw stones. It's the same shit.
The pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah,
as well.
you judge. You have opinions. You're willing to share what is right according to you, you know, and what is wrong according to you. But once it touches your family or it touches something which is close to you, suddenly, maybe we can be a little bit more understanding. Suddenly, we don't have to apply these things. You know, this is every single person is a hypocrite, and who says that they're not, then they're just lying to themselves.
And did you think that all my friends and everybody said that we would be married for 17 years or we would...
That's your British posh friends. See, I told you, they suck balls.
What a way to leave that.
There you go. You wanted more swearing.
I did want more swearing. I was just surprised I wasn't. I didn't think there was a need to use expletives. We're going to have to bleep out.
Again, it's the judgmental position, right? They were judging us from the point of view that you are a hero boy, you are somebody better, and I am just a plain Eastern Slovakian, or not even Eastern Slovakian, Eastern European blondie, which are probably, like your aunt said, a shotgun wedding. I don't know what kind of shit have I won here, marrying you, you know? So
you won the jackpot, bitch.
Yeah, that's what your family thought. That's why she said shotgun wedding, right? And she seriously? Yeah, I wonder who married to whom when it comes to...
you think who's won and who's lost in this scenario? Yeah.
You definitely won. You have an amazing wife.
Can you find her for me?
Yes.
Where is she?
Yes.
Where is she located?
It's that Russian girl which gave you the bloody look.
And on that note, thank you very much, Sausage. My wife.
You're very much welcome.
17 years next year, 16 years this year. What day is our anniversary?
27th of December.
And how do you remember that? Well, we'll save the story of the wedding dress for another day. That got lost on the way to Bali. If we do this again, we'll bring up the wedding dress conversation another time. I got that wedding dress back.
Yes, you are very determined.
Yes, I'm very determined. And on that note, thank you very much, Sausage. Welcome to Undiplomatic. In fact, if ever there was a podcast entitled For a Human, it would be you more than me. Thank you very much.
Yes, it would be. Thank you.
You have been listening to the Undiplomatic podcast, brought to you by Hyatt-Khan.